It's been a long time. Well, it's been 6 weeks anyway. I'll tell you what, a short break is good, but 6 weeks is too long. And I have been busy casting. I think I did 34 castings at Christmas. A lot of repetitive stuff. I did 30 of the same thing. And yeah, it worked out great. Everybody loved it. The little trinket gifts, we kind of made them, but it took a lot of time. It took a lot of time. So I am back at it. We're going to get back after this thing. And first of all, there's going to be some changes. I think you've already noticed a couple of them. One is the thumbnail for the thing. I'm going to change the thumbnail. I went ahead and just decided to go all in on the casting. I had all these other things. I had the blacksmithing intro, and I just decided that it was time. It was time to go ahead and do just a casting, because that's what we're about, pretty much, you know. Let's see what else is different. Oh, music's different. I like the new music. I made the new title montage sort of thing. I'm kind of happy with that. So hopefully you are too. And if you're not, oh well. Let's see what else. One other thing I wanted to show you is I have decided to go a completely different way of filming now. And I got 3 little GoPro knockoff cameras for Christmas from my daughter. Thank you. And you're looking at one of them right now. There is a second camera that is set up to be able to show just as I'm working the molds or whatever here. And then there's a third camera right above. And I'm hoping that between that camera over there and this camera here, we'll be able to get some good pour video and get some decent video of actually building out the mold, placement of the patterns and the runners and gates and things like that. I'm hoping that we'll get some good shots of that. I'm also hoping that using this style of camera, while the resolution is not as good as my other camera, it's pretty good. And I'm hoping that I can remember just to leave them running, and I won't be missing video and I won't be losing shots. That has been a real pain for me. You shoot a video and realize that you would turn the camera off instead of turning it on or something like that. It's just, I don't know. I'm hoping this will remedy some of that. So let's talk about some of the new projects we're going to get going on. One of the things I'm going to do right away is I'm going to go back to my green sand. See if I can find it here. I think this is my first one. It's pretty ragged. It was because the sand was way too wet. I got to this one, which was sort of the next one, which was better but not great. And then I did this, which I think you saw 6 weeks ago. Well, we've made more improvements. The whole 34 castings over Christmas caused me to make some more improvements to my sand. And so we're going to revisit that. That'll be the next video that comes out. I've got an idea for doing, what do we got here? 5, 6, maybe we'll do 6 days. If I come up with another thing, 7 days of plaques. We're going to make plaques and just kind of one per day, short little videos. And I think we'll just have, I just want to have a little fun with it. And so that's what we're going to do. Let's see. Bells. There are definitely more bells in my future. I've got the strickle set up, ready to go. I had big plans to really sort of mimic a bell video that I watched from a bell foundry in Austria. Grossmeyer is the name of the thing. And if you haven't watched their video, it's pretty cool. But I think I'm going to do it a little different. I think I'm going to do it a little bit different style, with a sand core instead of a brick and clay core. So we'll see how it turns out. But we're going to do another bell. And then I was told the last belt I did that it sounded terrible. It just sounded bad. And the guy was right. I mean, it rings. Yes, it rings. However, the tone just wasn't great on it. And I want to figure out a design that will allow me to, or at least a methodology that will allow me to design bells based and create the tone that I'm looking for. I realize that most bells have to be tuned to get to perfection, but I think we can get a lot closer with our casting, and I think it all has to do with the shape of the bell, thickness of the bell, profile, all that sort of thing is going to come into play. And I don't know, maybe the metal has something to do with it. I think we're using the right metal. I think the bell metal is the right stuff. But that's going to be some stuff we're going to do coming up. I have a collaboration in mind with another maker, and I'm really looking forward to doing this with him. He is really talented, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We get along real well, and so we're going to do a collab coming up here soon. He has been waiting on me. He's been ready to go, and I have been holding off and holding off and holding off. But we're going to get that going here in the next few weeks, I hope. Let's see what else. There's a new furnace in my future. The furnace I've got is showing signs of falling apart, and largely because of the materials I used and overheating it and things like that. So we're going to make a new furnace. We're going to make a little bit bigger furnace this time. I made the first one in a can, and I'm going to actually get metal, like plate metal for the top and bottom, and then I'm going to get some reasonably thick sheet, I don't know, 8 gauge, 6 gauge, I'm not sure how low we'll go, but something to wrap it in, and then I can weld to it, and I think it'll hold up better. So that is to my future, but probably not until spring. It's 26 degrees outside right now. I don't know what that is. It's probably whatever that said. It's snowing sideways. We have horizontal snow again. And so I can't be out here mixing refractory mortar and things like that and when it's just that cold outside. What else? Oh, you notice I got these new things. This seems to be the rage now. And I kind of like the idea. So I've got this guy going along, and I'm going to start doing some animations on begging for subscribers and begging for notification bells. I kind of like the idea of just the graphic going by. I'm not a big one for asking for subs, and so this will be a nice way to do it without having me to just please sub my channel. We're not going to go that route. And the last thing that's going to happen, and this is largely because of you guys have been pushing me on it. Another challenge, another open. Now, a good time to start thinking about it for maybe a spring, early summer, late spring kind of release. Last year we did it, I think we did it on Memorial Day here in the States, so the end of May. And that may be a good time again to do another one. I am looking for ideas, so if you have ideas for things that we can make, and keep in mind these need to be things that can be made, not just metal casting, blacksmithing, fabrication, 3D printing, woodworking, anything. Try to keep in mind all of those medium, and give me some ideas in the comments. I'm thinking about putting up a survey after I get all your comments back, and just let people vote on it and sort of rank what they want to do, and we'll move forward with it. I'm happy to organize, happy to participate. I don't claim any ownership of those opens. The last one went really, really well, and I think a lot of people were happy with it, which score. That was great for me. Okay, so that is it. That is the new setup. I'm gonna wrap this video up. I'm gonna tell you thank you for hanging in there with me. We are 3 or 4 days from New Year's right now, so I'm gonna say Happy New Year's as well. And what is it? Oh yeah, have a great day.